Kitchen Nightmares is a reality television series starring the British sweetheart Gordon Ramsay, who visits failing restaurants in an attempt to uplift their businesses while downgrading the owner's self-esteem.
Let me finish.
Don't push the
finger.
finger.
Put your fucking hands up here. Listen to me. You run a shithole of a kitchen. Fuck yourself.
No.
Okay?
No.
Fuck off. Who the fuck are you to turn around and tell me when you work like a pig? You French pig!
Even though the man is known for being a bit of a meanie, whether it be in Hell's Kitchen or in a random talk show interview,
you seem like you're enjoying that. You had a whole wedge in your mouth at any one time?
Yes, I have.
You haven't... You haven't heard of a knife and fork? No?
You don't eat pizza with a knife and a fork.
You just pick it up and stick it in?
Of course, you have to take it like... Go to Colombia, they'll teach you.
That's right.
No touching.
some of his most brain malfunctioning moments happen on this show. The series is based on its UK predecessor, Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, which is basically the same show, but instead of burgers and steak, they got beans on toast and spotted dicks. I'm not taking the piss, that is in fact a real dish, and I dare not ask where it got its name from. Anyways, the typical episode begins with us getting introduced to the restaurant.
Hello, my name's Nino.
And seeing how absolutely vile and dysfunctional it is. Then Mr. Gordon arrives with a hungry stomach and a picky tongue, ready to order and taste everything they have to offer. This is also the point of the show where a grim truth hits you, as you find out that your pre-made snacks which you decided to muster up were a big mistake, as nothing is palatable while watching this section of the show. Unless of course you are high or drunk, then this Pantalones pizza looks like a meal from heaven. After Gordon has finished projectile vomiting all over the food, he moves on to observe an evening of service, which more often than not ends in a disaster and with him closing the restaurant early. The following day, Gordon confronts the owners regarding all the disgusting food, horrible service, and anything else mind-numbing worthy. This usually leads to a massive argument.
You're calling me a fucking arsehole?
I am.
You stuck-up precious little bitch. Let me tell you something.
Oh boy.
Which also accompanies an adventure to the pantry, where Gordon displays his fetish of intimately touching rotten meats, as well as smelling them and forcing others to do the same. This is usually where the first half of the episode ends and the turnaround period begins. Gordon teaches the chefs new recipes, and the show both rebrands and refurbishes the restaurant. We then see the restaurant functioning well, everyone is happy, and Gordon leaves. The end. So after all these changes and added general guidance from Gordon, one might wanna know, how successful has this show been? What do you think? How many of these restaurants are still open? Try and guess the percentage. Well, you were pretty close. It's 21%. Now, restaurants in the US do have a high failure rate overall, so a percent as such is not too surprising, but there might be some other reasons which add on to it. A lot of the restaurants were shown in a bit of a negative light, and the show has been accused of over-dramatization, planting props, and staging certain scenes. But it doesn't end there, as some of the owners did take it a step further and even sued Gordon Ramsay. Now, most of the causes seem rather reasonable, for example defamation or physical damages to the restaurant, but one that completely blew my mind was Ramsay being sued for £500,000 for calling a restaurant manager a lazy tosser.
Boom. Roasted.
That isn't even that bad of an insult, it's just an attempt at a money glitch. Which reminds me that I am doing a giveaway where you can win a free lawsuit and all you have to do to partake is call me a lousy pillock.
They're molding you, pillock.
Moving on, there have also been some other scandals, such as when Ramsay pushed this vegetarian to try a supposedly vegetarian pizza, which in reality had Parma ham on the base of it.
You just got pranked, bro.
Or when the filming of the show was temporarily halted due to Gordon Ramsay's alleged extramarital affair. Another element you will quickly find out about when watching this show is that some of the owners are batshit crazy. This brings us to the infamous Amy's Baking Company.
It's coming now.
Keep saying it. You've been saying it for an hour.
Look at him, he's like, where's my pizza?
Really?
Yeah, you have a pizza, it's coming. You want to wait, you wait. You don't want to pay what you have, and you fuck up from here. Take your serious. Go, you motherfucker. No, don't speak like this. Go. Yeah, I fucking fuck you.
Now that you've met these two lovebirds, let me introduce you to them more properly. Sammy is a self-proclaimed Vegas playboy, as well as a self-proclaimed gangster. And Amy is one of those people who really should have two therapists. One for herself and the other one for the therapist.
I hope he eats it, and I just made it really spicy for him. I hope it hurts him.
One of the main issues they had was the inability to take any criticism, but there were plenty of other flaws as well, such as their excessive molding, firing staff every day of the week, and stealing their servers' tips.
Let me ask that table there. Sir, the tip that you left, the young lady server, the owner takes the tips.
No.
Don't fuck with me.
I will fuck with you. What the fuck you think you are?
I'm fed up. I'm getting sick and tired of your bullshit. Well, then fucking answer my question. Tell the customers they're gonna get their tips.
No, they don't.
They should be told that you're taking them.
Yeah.
Because this servers deserve them.
You want to speak with me?
Yeah, I want to speak with you.
Fuck with me? I will fuck
I don't want
with
to
you.
fuck with you.
So without much surprise, this was the first and only Kitchen Nightmares episode where Gordon had to give up and leave. After it aired, Sammy and Amy went on Dr. Phil, which is always a good sign of a successful life. But no need to lose our brain cells further, so let's not delve into that. All in all, Kitchen Nightmares is a pretty fun reality TV show with overly dramatic Bollywood editing style, foods with puddles of oil, and lots of Ramsay zingers.
If that's beef, then hey, I was born in Bangladesh.
It might not be the most valuable show, but it does what it intended to do well, which is to make you simultaneously laugh, as well as make you throw up in your mouth. But I think that covers it all, so back to my Friday night activities I go.
Fucking delicious.